Hello everyone, it's Old Guardian here. I just pulled all the shards that I have in Raid Shadow Legends over 3 accounts. All of the accounts I've been grinding in Raid Shadow Legends with 3 accounts lately, just trying to get good grasp of the game. And now I decided to go all in. I pulled every single shard. Why did I do it? What did I get? And am I happy now? I actually had a good reason to pull all my shards because there is a fragment event going on right now, and the fragment event had a champion chase tournament. My accounts are fairly new, so between 3 weeks and 2 months played, so it's really hard to participate in fusion events with accounts that young. And fusion events typically, because most of the events are tiered, so you will have easier time completing them in a new account than on an old account, except for champion chase and summon rush. And these two give so many fragments that they are necessary to complete the fusion, so that's always a big problem. But this time Champion Chase was very early in the calendar, and it also had plus 10 bonus fragments for finish, so it was time to go. On the topic of new accounts, thank you Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video, and if you want to create a new Raid Shadow Legends account, use my link and it will give you the best possible start. You can find the link down below in the description, you can find it in the QR code. It gives you Deacon Armstrong to start with, then Uugo at 15, Tagoar at 20, Zargala at 30, a wonderful set of champions to start your raid journey. So, opening all of my shards. It's so hard to compete in both Summon Rush and Champion Chase. Previously I have been able to get to like the first 5 fragments in both, but that still leaves you 10 fragments short, so you're just not getting much of anywhere. But because Champion Chase was so early, and Champion Chase is the one where you have more room to play with. Summon Rush, only shards. Champion Chase, you have more things that you can do about it, you have more influence on that one. And early in the calendar, people might be saving some of their resources. This was my time to strike. If I can win any of the bonus fragments, I can skip Summon Rush altogether. Bonus fragments for top 2 positions in each tournament, so that's a great opportunity. And even if I cannot get them, then by completing all fragments from Champion Chase, I can get to 95 out of 100, and hopefully I will get a cheaper real money offer from Plarium to buy the remaining fragments. So what did I have to open? Over 3 accounts I had around 2000 Mystery Shards, and I opened every last one of those. I had around 100 Ancient Shards, I had 8 Void Shards, 2 Primal Shards, and 7 Sacred Shards. There was also a double chance event going on for Sacred Shards, so double chance to get a Legendary. So 7 Sacreds, that gives me some kind of a chance to also pick up a Legendary. Everything started out perfect because fairly early in the event I opened an Ancient Shard, and I got Candraphon from that legendary. So actually the best arena nuker that I have on any of my 3 accounts. Obviously he's still being leveled, he's currently level 31, but as soon as I get him leveled up, as soon as I get him upgraded, get him ascended, get his masteries going, I mean, I'm expecting great things from this Candraphon. So that was a perfect start for my plan, not to mention 500 Champion Chase points. However, that was going to be the only legendary that I managed to open from the entire pack that I had. The other stuff, these are all the epics that I got. So, yeah, there's like Burangiri out there, there is an Mordecai, there's a Visionary, Alika, Druid and the Runic, Trumbor, some stuff. But nothing truly mind-boggling, and this means that all the 7 Sacred Shards ended up with just epics opened from them. And then I had those 8 Void Shards, but every single Void Shard gave me a rare. And, I mean, I did get that Renegade, so hey, having a Renegade is nice. Renegade can potentially be useful later on, but all the other rares here, I don't think I will have any use for these, so Void Shards were a pretty big disappointment. But that's how it goes when you open shards. Sometimes you win like I did with the Candraphon, sometimes you lose. The probabilities, of course, you can find all of them in game, you can find all the odds, and the odds are not greatly in your favor. So 100 Ancient Shards gave me 7 epics and a legendary, which was actually a fairly good result, because it's 8% epics and 0.5% legendaries, so that was pretty good. Sacred Shards, despite the double event, only epics out of those. Then I had 2 Primal Shards as well, they gave me some really bad rares. Primal Shards, the glorified Ancient Shards as they are. I mean, there is the chance, the tiny chance to get a mythical out of those, but for the most part, I'm just not convinced by Primal Shards at all. They just are not that great. Then all Void Shards also gave me rares, Renegade being the only usable one. Didn't find any top tier rares from Ancient and Mystery Shards, so nothing that would get even like a ranking of 3 on Hell Hades' website or anything. So yeah, whole bunch of rares, mostly going to be used as food. However, it's nice when I get something from shards. I appreciate when I get lucky and I get something from shards, but I never really rely on shards. Shards are not what I'm trying to use to improve my account, because I had the grand plan. The grand plan was to get points for champion chase. Obviously, if I had opened lots of legendaries, for example, I would have gained a lot of points for the champion chase. That would have really helped me out. But even though I didn't, there's still stuff that I can do. And stuff that I can do include stuff like fusions. So I actually fused Justiciar on all 3 accounts. I fused the Relic Keeper on all 3 accounts. I fused some Void rares that are parts of Broadmoor. I didn't have all the pieces, so I couldn't fuse Broadmoor itself. But I've used some of these rares. They're Void rares, so 50 points each. I've used some of those on all of the accounts. So fusing, buying stuff from the market, just opening my stuff. I had Crowcut from previous fusion that I had not pulled yet, so I also just summoned Crowcut for 500 points. I had the Lizardmen summoned pool. I also had not pulled those. I pulled them. I got 2 Lizardmen, but they were both just epics, but still that was another 500 points. So with Champion Chase you have this leeway, and I was able to get all of these points. And in the end, it all did pay off, because these are my 3 Champion Chase tournaments. Second place, well, 5th place. Okay, I couldn't get it all. One of the accounts could not get the fragment finished, so it's not going to be able to complete the Donatello fusion, unless, of course, Plarium will hopefully offer me one for $10 once I get to 95 fragments. But 2 of the accounts will be able to complete the Donatello fusion without doing Summon Rush at all, because this time, early Champion Chase, people are not committing to it. Bonus fragments available from there, going all in, paid off. And so, yeah, I pulled every single shard I had on all of my raid accounts, and I'm happy. Thank you for watching. Click like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and a special thanks to all of my Patreon supporters, YouTube members and Twitch subscribers who make all of these videos possible.